What's going on, guys? CardMechanic here, and today I'm going to be teaching you an amazing rising card trick. Let's do it. Now check this out. We'll have a card selected at random. Let's just say this card. I want you to take a look and remember that card. Right, now that we got that, I'll just give the deck a quick cut, just so you feel better that the deck is not in any certain order. And I'll take this card and I'll leave it somewhere in the center of the deck, and I'll just push that card right in. Right, now here's where the magic's going to happen. I'll take this deck and I'll leave it right in this box, and then, I'll even close the box up. Alright, now check this out. Check this out. If you watch slowly, you'll see the top of the box starting to open up. You can see it's almost open. Okay, let me actually help it out a little bit. You'll see one card, and you see that it's going to start rising up. You see it slowly rising up? And that's only one card in the deck. And that one card is your card, the 7 of Diamonds. So that is the most basic gimmick version of the rising card that I know. And let's just break down how it's done, how to make the gimmick, and some performance tips, because I clearly didn't perform, at peak level while I was doing the performance in this video. So, of course we have a gimmick. This is my gimmick right here. I'll get into it in a second. So we start off by having the spectator select a card. And in this case, it is the 8 of Hearts. Okay, and now here's how my gimmick looks. I actually have 2 cards here that are attached by a very thin elastic rubber band. Okay, and what it pretty much is I have ripped this rubber band in half, and I have taped, or even less than half, like let's say a fourth, and I've taped a piece of it here, and I've taped a piece of it here. Okay, so closed up, it would just look like a regular card in the deck. Okay, it wouldn't look any different. There would be a small break. I don't know if you could see that, but there would be a very, very small break that the spectator should not be able to notice. So it should come out, completely fine. So I'll get into how to make this gimmick in a second, but let me just finish talking about how the trick is done. So I start off with the gimmick. Right now, as you can see, this rubber band is on one side of the card. It's not in the center, it's taped to the tops of the cards. And when the cards close, this part goes downwards and not upwards like this. So you want it to close while this is down here. And you close that up, put it in the deck, and you want this part, right? You want this part to be facing you. Not the spectator, but you want it to be facing yourself. And I put that on the bottom of the deck. Now once the card is selected, I like to take a break here. I like to make a pinky break right above the bottom card. And then I transfer that to a thumb break, like this. And then I cut that towards the center. And then I re-grab the pinky break right there. So all in all I want to do is transfer this towards the center, because when I let the spectator pick a card, I literally open up the cards like this. I don't want them to be picking, one of these cards by accident. That would screw up the whole trick. So they pick the card. While they're looking at the card, I just take I take the break and transfer it over, and now it's in the center, and I still have the break. Now I take the spectator's card, I start pushing it in to where my break is. Right, so that is pretty much where the rubber band is. Hopefully you can see that from this angle. I start pushing it in where the rubber band is. Now there is going to be a bit of resistance to the push, and you might think, oh, the rubber band's going to snap, but if you do it the right lengths and everything, which I'll cover later on, it's not going to snap. So you push that right in there, and you're pretty much set to go. At this point, you can take it and put it into the box, and when you're transferring it into the box, let me bring the box out. When you're transferring it into the box, you have to be very careful to not let this go by accident, otherwise the card's going to start coming up. right? We don't want that happening right in the beginning. So you want to make sure that this is, closed down pretty well, and that it's not, completely sticking out. Like you can see it's still slightly sticking out there. Oops. You can see it's still slightly sticking out there, but not a whole lot, enough, not enough for the spectator to know. So now you take this, put this right into the box, and as I put it into the box, I make sure I have this covered here so it doesn't come popping out. I put that in there, and then when I'm closing the box, I pinch here, this way the card doesn't come out, and then I close the box. You can also leave it open, the effect is completely up to you. Okay, close the box, if I could do that. It's a little hard to close the box when it's pinched. So, for this purpose, I'm just not going to close the box. It's too much extra effort. Alright, so now, what I like to do in my performance, I like to give the box to the spectator and have them, pinch it like this as well. And then, have them slowly release their grip, and then they'll start seeing a card starting to come out, right? They'll slowly start to see a card coming out, and you want to make sure that this side is facing the spectator, because it's just a lot more fun, to have this card slowly come up, and then the spectator takes the card out and takes a look and sees that it's their card. Now, one more thing I forgot to tell you, when pulling out the card, realize that there's a rubber band in there and it's going to be stuck to this card. So either if you're having them pull it out, make sure you come over with your hand and push forward and down right in front of the spectator's card, so this way when they pull it out, the rest of the cards aren't going to come out. Or you can take it out yourself by applying pressure downwards towards the rest of the deck so it doesn't come out, and then pulling the card out. Alright, so whatever you choose, just make sure they don't just straight up pull it out, or other cards will come out with them. Okay, and there we go. See, as you can see, cards are coming out. So there we go, the card comes out, you show it to the spectator, it can be signed, unsigned, and the spectator's mind is absolutely blown. Okay, so getting into how to make the gimmick, you're going to need 2 regular cards, and you want a rubber band piece that is approximately as long as a face card that you have from one side, the top part of the frame of a face card, to the bottom part of the frame of a face card. So approximately that's how long of the rubber band piece you want. And then of course you need 2 small pieces of tape, as you can hopefully see. I don't know how well that appears on camera. So you're going to start off by taking one side of the rubber band, taping it down, putting the rubber band piece on that tape right there, and then taping it fairly close to the top of the face card. So, and make sure you squeeze down hard, otherwise, depending on the tape, it may not stick. So, you just want to squeeze hard and make sure it's really on there, okay? So if you pull on it, if I can reach it, there we go. If you pull on it, it should be okay. Okay, so you do that to the face of one card, and you want to do that to the back of the other card, okay? So once again, take the tape, get that rubber band piece on there. If I could even do that. Okay, close enough. And boom, we're gonna put that to the back. Tape it right on there. Really stick it down. And that's all it takes to making the gimmick. Now I'll just go through it one time, just to make sure it's working properly before I, go out and actually use it. Put this in the middle of the deck. It's right here. Put that card in. Yep, the resistance looks about right. Push it down. And just to make sure it comes out, I'm not even going to put it in the box. Tightly hold, slowly start releasing. And we'll see the card is coming out. And notice it's coming out a bit sideways here because I didn't tape it exactly, didn't tape the rubber band exactly in the center like I should have. But as you can see, the card rises out, and it'll look even better when in the box and in the spectator's hand. And there we go. That is how to make the gimmick. So just putting it all together, Making the gimmick takes about 2-3 minutes tops. The performance could be a little difficult. I recommend you practice, at home first a couple times, just so you get the handling of how much pressure you have to put when putting the card into the deck, and how you have to angle it so it doesn't show in front of the spectator that you're really trying to hold the deck very tight when you're putting it into the box, because if they think you're holding it very tight, it would look very awkward putting it into the box, really pushing down and everything. Just have enough practice to make it seem as natural as possible. So that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to make one quick announcement. One of my friends actually had his YouTube channel taken down. His name is Dr. Magic, and I'll put a link to his channel in the description and possibly on the screen. I don't know about on the screen, but definitely in the description. So I'll make sure to go check him out. He does deck reviews, card tricks. He just restarted his channel. So yeah, I really appreciate if you gave him your support. And that being said, make sure to check out my social media links also down in the description below. And I will see you in my next video. Welcome to the end screen. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe, because subscribing is good. Thanks for watching.